Hi everyone, so we've had atrocious weather here all day, and with that I mean it's been raining, which is really good, but it means I haven't been able to do much on the plot. So I thought I'd just do a little film update on how I arrange my seeds, how I organize my seeds, because I posted about it on my stories and everyone commented saying like how great a system it was and how they're all going to copy it. So I thought I'd just do a little video. So the idea for this basically came to me in a dream this winter, because I basically had no system, you know, just a pile of seed packets, and every month it was dreading going through the whole pile, finding exactly what I wanted to use, a few doubles of everything, and when you come to ordering you have no idea, you know, you have no idea what you have. So what I thought of was one of these, which is I think a collapsible folder. I think that's what it's called. Maybe it's called something else, but basically I've just labeled each of the flaps in here with the growing months, and then at the back like a crude little arrangement, like where the seeds go if I'm not using them or if I've used them for that year. So what I use to decide at the beginning of the year, basically I sit down with all the seeds, decide on which of the types I want to grow, because you know, I have a million kales and I can't grow them all. And then I use this the sowing timeline in Charles Dowding's diary, the vegetable garden diary. I think the timeline is online as well, and that might be more up to date. You know, things go in print and then they're out of date. But basically he has, for example, for March he says, sow undercover beetroot, bolt hardy specifically, because it won't bolt. It's all about timings, right? And also that with warmth, sow tomatoes before the mid-month, right? So there's quite a lot of detail in there, and this is all this experience just like in these 2 pages. This is just great. Obviously you have to adapt it to where you are in relation to where his garden is, right? But we're pretty much bang on, so it's very easy. So I just sit down with this and I go through. Right, so March I can start sowing this, so I put those seeds in the March bit, right? So then when I come to March, just go into March and take all the seeds out and I plan it out. You know, I don't have to sow them all at once, but I do the ones on the weekend or whatever that I have the time to do. And, you know, I feel completely in control. So this thing you can just get in any stationery shop or on Amazon or eBay. It was very cheap. And it's very usable. So for example, we're already halfway through the month, of course, but if for June I've still got some seeds in here. So I've got all my kales, for example asparagus kale, which is new to me, Sutherland kale, Cavolo Nero, and some purple sprouting broccoli and some normal broccoli, right? So I've kind of arranged them a bit together, and then I also have winter turnips and the fennels, which I will sow again. So I'll start with this now at the weekend and sow these up. At the back I also have a section for flowers, right? So I might have to think about changing these at the back here, because I have like a million things, or large packets I should say, that fits into the beans and the peas, right? And the ones for with warmth, because that covers the squash, tomatoes, chilies, cucumbers, you know, and that's a lot. And the same with the flowers, is basically just ram-packed in there. So it's still a work in progress, but it works as it is. You know, it's saved me many a minute, I should say, on the allotment. And every minute counts when you have a toddler and a work full time. So the way I use it is, once I've used the seed for that month, I think about it, will I sow this again this year? In that case, I find out when that is by going back into the timeline, and then I slot it back into there. So then when I come to that month, it's not about remembering that you need to successionally sow, you know, it's in there, so it's just a reminder. It works great. So yeah, I hope that was useful for you, and yeah, maybe I should have made these personalized ones and sold them on Amazon or something for all you growers. Well, whatever. I don't have time to set up a business. Anyway, I hope that was useful, and happy growing.